Welcome to NDCBF Marriage Ministry Video Series. This video was recorded in front of a live studio audience.
Hello, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Reginald Dixon, and this is my wife,
Janetta Dixon.
and we are here with the NDCBF Marriage Ministry. Today, we are here to talk with Mark and Ashley Grantham about the benefits of the marriage class.
First of all, so thank you guys for joining us.
Thanks for having us.
My first question to you is, how has this class been beneficial to you, and in what way?
I'll start.
Okay.
One thing that really stood out with me is the characteristics of marriage goes very parallel with the characteristics of just having a spiritual life in God's eyes. And those characteristics are effective communication, the commitment, being a good listener, and just knowing that these are the characteristics in God's eyes. It makes me be more accountable. Makes me want to always do better, and it strengthens me, it grows me, which then helps us in our marriage.
For me, it was a multitude of things. I think I really enjoyed the ability to be around others that you were able to gain knowledge from. With your hopes that you shared something to others that they were able to gain from you. But the benefit that I got out of this is just really listening to others in order to, as the book says, to live a more holier marriage and, then be happy, So those were the benefits that I really got out of it, and be able to take things from other people and apply it to my marriage.
So you guys basically both felt like the things that's going to strengthen you as a Christian is also going to strengthen your marriage.
Exactly.
Yes.
Yeah, and that's very important. That's a great question. That's very important. So let me ask you, what stood out to you guys from taking the marriage ministry class?
Mine that stood out the most, which is pretty much just repeating kind of what he said, really just hearing the experiences and the knowledge from all the other seasonal marriages, any of the people who have not been married as long as we have. It really lets you know that, okay, you can relate to other people and grow with these other people, and then also just create relationships. I love that. You come in, you go to church on Sunday, and that's it. But when you create these additional relationships with people, now you have more people to hold you accountable to, and you can relate, with the same challenges in different ways.
Right.
And for me, it was pretty much what she said, the openness of people, being able to have that conversation and to not only talk about the good things of their marriage, but even the struggles, because that's where a lot of us have that downfall, where we're having struggles and we don't know how to get over that. But when you hear someone else say, my husband, my wife is, we've done this and we've had to do this, and then you had an aha moment. Oh, it's not just us. So one of the things that stood out is that, people were open, that we were going through some of the same things that other people are going through. So, God doesn't put, a particular situation in your life that nobody else is going to go through.
Right.
Everybody goes through these things, and then when we're able to come together, it stood out that it's not just us,
I think that's so important what you just said there, Mark. I think there's a misconception sometimes of couples who may be struggling with something and they feel like they're the only ones going through, right? And I think sometimes we kind of shelter ourselves away from opening up or participating in something that allows us to share our experiences with others. I really believe that that being able to assemble yourselves together with others, and it's not just like you said, Ashley, on Sunday morning, right? You come in on Sunday morning, you leave, but being able to assemble yourselves together outside of that and to collectively learn and grow as couples, I think is very important.
Will you share with us how long you guys have been married again?
We've been married 11 years.
Okay.
I didn't count the months.
Well, we've been married for 11 years, but we have been together. We were together 14 months before we got married. And it's funny that when we talk about some of the things that we were talking about in marriage and some of the things that people have gone through to make it to that point, one of the, I guess, the unfortunate things of life is that I had went through a divorce before. And God really, it was really placed in my heart that the way that I needed to go about finding a wife was totally different than what I did the first time around. There was no godly perspective in my approach the first time. The second time, I didn't care. When I went out on a date, the first thing I led with is that I don't date for nothing. My purpose is to get married. And if you're not looking to do that, then I'm the wrong man. And this is the only woman that said to me, that's what I'm looking for too. Mm-hmm. And so, then that's when you're headed down a godly road to really then focus on where you want to be. And I think it has really helped me out and helped us out, because there have been situations to where I know that if God wasn't a part of who we are, we would have probably tried to call it quits. But God put us in a place in our lives to really be together and focus on being that oneness of the relationship. So, that the 11 years seems so short, because the fortunate thing for us, people can talk about what they went through in these bad times. It's been good. All 11 years have been really good, and I'm not just exaggerating that. It has been really good.
That is so encouraging for couples to hear, right? Because you always hear about these 5-year itches, or these 7-year bad spells, where the first 5 years are good, the next 5 years are bad, right? But for you to say that the 11 years that you've been married, they've been good, they've gone by quickly, is really, I think, encouraging for others to hear.
And acknowledge the fact that they know that it was the Lord in that marriage.
There you go. There you go.
Right. It's not all about you guys.
It wasn't.
Right.
It wasn't.
Right. I've grown up hearing the saying that it takes 3. Right? Mm-hmm. You're sure. Absolutely. You two plus God, right? And that is so true. So thank you for bringing that up.
I want to also ask you all, what would you say to the person, you've been through this 11 years and you feel like, hey, things are going well. What would bring you to a marriage class after 11 years and everything going well?
I would say just, we all need maintenance. We all need enhancements. Marriage can be, just monotonous. It's the same routine every day, over and over and over, especially once you have kids. It gets even more monotonous. So I think it is good, for one, to have that adult time, that one-on-one time with other Christian married couples, so you can have somebody else to relate to. You can grow with, you can share challenges, you can share good times. There's always something you can learn. There's always room for improvements. And so we're always open for that, at any time. It doesn't hurt at all.
And for me, it is, I came in with the same type of mentality that, you can always get that maintenance and this and the other. But I can tell you that one of the other things that it has allowed us to catapult the relationship. And I feel, I don't love her, just say, oh, I love you so much because I took a marriage class. But there's a different feeling.
It's a different connection.
That we have been able to obtain from taking this marriage class. And I feel so blessed, to be around couples like yourself and other couples who are sharing and wanting the same things that we're wanting. So for me, I feel like our marriage has gone now to another level, that we have a different focus on, and being able to, truly put that focus, well, I've always been a person that loved God, and had it a part of my marriage And I don't know if now this marriage class has made me say, look, you really need to put God at the forefront of this marriage. You know, different things have happened, even recently since we've been doing this marriage class, that has made me take what I take in my personal spiritual life now, because of the marriage class, I gotta apply this now to my marriage. It works the same way. So this marriage class has really allowed me to take different situations now and say, oh, this is what I'm gonna do for my job. I can do the same thing for my marriage. Why not? But if it wasn't the marriage, but for the marriage class, I probably wouldn't be thinking this way. You know, not that I don't love my wife any less, or I can't say that I love her so much, but maybe I could love her anymore. But I've been able through this marriage class to be able to apply things and really give a better spiritual love to her for it.
Wow.
That's
awesome.
beautiful. That's beautiful. I was thinking about the scripture about forget not my benefits. And it sounds like this is just an overflow now of God's goodness. He started working on you all individually, and now he's working on you guys collectively, and now you're moving into even a different realm outside of your marriage. And isn't that what God wants for us?
Exactly.
He wants that for us, so that he can get the glory outside of the walls of the church.
Right.
But he wants us to take it on our jobs. He wants us to instill it in our children. He wants us to extend it out to the person who doesn't know God. Okay, so you guys are doing a wonderful job showing us that example.
Thank you.
And we appreciate that.
Absolutely. So I heard you say, Ashley, that it's like a car and it's maintenance, a marriage, right? But what would you say to a couple who says, well, my marriage is fine, I don't need maintenance, I love my husband, you know, I don't really need the class, right? How would you encourage that couple to still attend? What would they get out of that?
You know, I think it goes beyond it. You know, when we were in the class, Goldie said something that, if your marriage is working that good, come share with us. we all need to know how you got there.
Right.
But, you know, let's be realistic here. You know, we know that as human beings, you know, that there are some issues between couples at times. And, you know, you can, as I said before, you can gain something from somebody else learning. You know, one of the things that, and I don't know if I was able to share this, but I've learned to say I'm sorry, even when I didn't think I was wrong. You know, I've learned to, and I was one of these people, I've learned to manage situations instead of taking that 3-week in-house hiatus where we don't talk to each other. So if you are a person who learned that kind of stuff, and you know that, well, I don't need it, but I can tell somebody else, here's what we do. Share it. Share your blessings of marriage with other people. Even if you think you're at the top of your game, then if you can't learn anything, teach other people.
There you go.
That's an
There you
awesome
go.
answer. That's an
Service.
awesome answer. Yeah.
And that's part of making your marriage more holy, not so much you're serving your spouse when you take on that attitude.
That's right. That's right.
And you know, and some people aren't, you know, big talkers. I'm one of them. My husband does most of the talking, as you can see. So, you know, a lot of times, you know, again, you learn just as much just by coming to listen, you know, and things that you wouldn't expect you would get out of it, you're going to get something out of it, you know, out of whether it's, you know, one nugget out of 6 weeks, you're going to walk away with something.
Yeah.
You know, whether it's something a teacher said or whether it's something another couple said.
Yeah.
You have nothing to lose but more to gain.
Awesome. Well, thank you both for being with us today. We have really enjoyed this time together. And for everyone else, stay tuned because we have another couple that we'll be interviewing. Take care. God bless.